like to share with you some thoughts about the Divine Father and how to get a deeper connection with the true sense of the divineness. First of all, you must come to the realization that you are lost. And when we realize we are lost, that will bring us to the first beatitude. Blessed is the poor in spirit. The kingdom of heaven is theirs. So what really is the understanding of that and who we are? That when you were a child, in your church, in your chapel, in your mosque, in your temple, in your home, at any time did anyone ever say these words to you? You are a sacred being of unimaginable beauty. You have everything within you for the journey that lies ahead in this human pathway. Has anyone ever said that to you? I would say no. This is where our lostness starts. Even in our religions, they are disconnected to the divine spiritual essence of what they're talking about. It is not that it is their fault. It is how they have been taught. This is why our Lord was sent. Our Lord was sent to create the energy of oneness with the divineness that we are. And still, with his coming, the connection still is not made divinely in the religious sense. When I used to go to church as a young girl, I used to sit, and because I had a gift, I used to look at the priest and think, this man is not connected to what he is saying. And this is what is missing. If we are not connected to the words that are coming from our mouth, truthfully, spiritually, divinely, then we are totally lost. We are just a vessel of words. This is why people are very lost in their belief systems, because they're listening to the words, and the words are not resonating. The words are not transforming them. If you listened to Jesus' words with Jesus' essence, you are transformed. You are transformed in an instant if you are aligned and connected in the right way. So what I say to you is, say to yourself, I am lost. You do not know that you are beautiful. You do not know that you're sacred. You don't, because if you knew you're beautiful and sacred, you would be living a fulfilled life, not connecting with any drama, any shadow, any temptation. You see, sin is when you're missing the mark. And we are, as humanity, have been missing the mark before our Lord came in and still after our Lord came in. This is why they talk about a second coming, because the first one wasn't going to do it. The first one was to say, this is what I can give you. This is what I am now doing for you. And still, we can't get it. And this is why the second coming has to happen. So, if for a moment you just close your eyes, and I will say a statement to you, and the energy of connection will be in that statement. Your being, your mind, your soul resonates completely different when they hear words of connection to the divine. This is why we react better to people than other people, because there is truth in the tone of the words. So let's close the eyes for a moment and rest in the center of your chest, your spiritual heart, the dwelling place where only you and the Divine Father rests. So as you rest and go deeper into your dwelling place, it is a sacred place of peace and reconnection. And in a gentle breath, allow yourself to fall inward, falling into me, falling upon me, falling to me, falling through me, falling within me. And as the breath deepens in the falling in, falling as a surrendering, I fall in to a deep surrender. And rest there. And as you rest there, within your divine spiritual heart, say the name Jesus. 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 And a deepening of the breath. Jesus is my brother. I reconnect with my sacred family. To remember my sense of belonging. To surrender the energy of loss. And to start again. With Jesus. Jesus is in my loss, waiting to reconnect me. And in the layers of my being, my multi-dimensional egos that have abused me, I ask Jesus to enter. And then opening your eyes again. So think about your journey and how in this point in time, if you're watching this video, you're trying to remember who you are. You're working to who you are. Remember that you do not need to add anything to you. That is the old way of the egotistic mind. Think of as if you have to constantly take away what has replaced the sense of belonging that you lost on the entry to the earth. So you see, spirit is an essence which we should bring through us in our talking, in our laughing, in our sorrow, in our daily living. It's not somewhere where we go to find God. It's not something we read to understand God. This is the disconnection between the religious bodies. They are missing the mark, and that's the greatest sin. Missing the mark, missing the connection. So it's like having a beautiful lamp and you can see it, but the lamp cannot do what it's meant to do unless it's connected to the power supply, or it just is a lamp waiting. So think of yourself as a sacred lamp that has been waiting to be turned on. That's what you must do. And when each of us learn to turn on the lamp, then we help others to do the same. And when we realize that we are a sacred family of brothers and sisters and stop fighting each other, but reconnecting and turning on the light in each other, that is the second coming. So if I take you back and ask you to close your eyes one more time and rest in your dwelling place, in your spiritual heart. And as you rest there, and bring yourself back to the child in the womb, and I want you to imagine that you are the child now in the womb, and you are fully present and listening to this moment. And repeat after me within you. I am a divine, sacred being, waiting to be birthed into an earthly existence. When I birth through the sacred veil of spirituality into humanity, I will have forgotten who I truly am. But as I speak to myself now, I am telling myself that I have all within me for the journey that lies ahead. I tell myself there will be many sorrows and upsets, disappointments, betrayals and abuses, sorrows and angers, but that I am completeness within it all, and none of these emotional, mental, physical energies can dim the light of my sacredness. I tell myself that the beings in the world may not see me when I arrive. I tell myself not to fear or go into shock, but to stay connected to my inner light and to allow my light to illuminate and radiate and liberate those that come into my presence. I tell myself that I will meet many people on my path. I tell myself that I will learn many lessons that will change the hands of time within my life path. I will tell myself that I have no regrets, that this is a journey, a sacred journey that I am experiencing to elevate and rise into higher consciousness of being in the cosmos. I tell myself, do not get too attached to all that happens, because it's only a temporary journey. I tell myself that I am the greatest light and that the earth may not be able to take it. I tell myself that I may hide due to the fear of humanity pressed upon me. I tell myself in 2020 the world will change in the most dramatic, powerful, spiritual way ever of all times since the birth of man. I tell myself this is when my light will shine. This is when my heart will heal. This is when the Christ message will be lit within me. This is when Jesus comes through me and I am a part of the second coming. I tell myself that I play an important role in this awakening of myself in 2020 and human beings that come into my energy field. I tell myself that all is well, all is safe in this moment, to show myself, to acknowledge myself, to be myself. I tell myself that my mysteries will open, my intuition will heighten, the magic of my mystery will surround my life and start to come into it. Doors will open and doors will close. Old parts will die and new parts will birth. Ideas and creativity will flow into my life and my heart will be lighter like it was before it entered the carnation. I will have a sense of coming home, being at home, and then protecting the home that I am living on as the Earth Mother. I will see and feel and think about the animals more emotionally in my heart. I will look at my eating habits and I will change them to suit the vibration of the new earth and the new beings of the earth. I will walk more and rest more. I will drink more purified water which holds the whole energy of the rainbow. I will return to my true self and find love just being me. And I will start that today from this moment. Coming back again. And as you breathe now, imagine that you are an energy frequency of wave going in all directions, connecting with everything there is. You are a kaleidoscope of color and energy, expanding and expressing. That's it. The energy is presence. To be present in what I say, to be present in how I react, to be present in how I love, to be present in how I talk and communicate with others and myself, to be present in the Christ light that I was lost from, and to be present so others see my presence and ask and I can share.